You are looking live at H.H. Dow High School as we welcome you to girls basketball coverage on MCTV as the Midland High Chemics make the crosstown trip to take on the Dow High Chargers in what should be a phenomenal matchup. Alongside Tom Bell, my name is Jason Harper, and Tom, we've got the Chemics and we've got the Chargers. And between these two teams, only one loss all season, and that was a Midland High loss to Grand Blanc by only under 10 points. So you've got undefeated Dow High, one loss Midland High, and what should be a great Saginaw Valley battle.
You know, and it's a shame that we have such talented girls basketball in the city, and not many people have seen it yet. I mean, these girls are very, very good, and Dow High has huge aspirations to move through the tournament, and Midland High is going to be playing the spoiler tonight.
Well, the Dow High Chargers, one of a handful of teams that were still playing basketball when everything shut down just about a year ago to the day, and the Dow High Chargers picking up right where they left off this year. They've got a 13-0 record under head coach Kyle Tyson, and as you mentioned, this is a Dow High Charger team that has aspirations to make it to the Breslin Center. Only one starter from last year's team has graduated. There is a lot of experience, only two seniors on the Charger team, but a lot of experience.
Yeah, and these girls are really focused this fall, or this winter actually. And they've been blessed with a dynamic freshman that has been playing far better than they had expected right out of the chute. And so they pose some real trouble for the Chemics tonight.
Speaking of the Midland High Chemics, as mentioned, only one loss, and that was early in the season. The Chemics come into this game 10-1 under first-year coach Jeff Tuck, who's got some coaching experience at the underclassmen level, but now he's got a strong varsity program that he has taken over the reins of, and this is a Midland High Chemic team that likes to have fun, and they're picking up wins.
And they're winning by a lot. There have been only a handful of games that were decided by under 10 points a game. But they've been winning by 23, 25 points a game, and Dow has had the same kind of result.
The explosive offense of the Dow High Chargers, they like to shoot the three-pointer. If they score, and they score often, the Dow High Chargers are almost unstoppable. Can the defense of the Midland High Chemics do the job and pull off the upset? That is the question that we will find out tonight here at Dow High. Let's turn things over to our public address announcer for our national anthem. The starting lineups, and we are set to go. We are live on MCTV. We thank you for joining us, whether it be on Charter Communications, AT&T, UVerse, whether you're watching us on YouTube, on the City website, or if you're using the brand new app on Roku and Apple TV, however you are streaming tonight's game, we thank you for joining us as the Dow High Chargers and the Midland High Chemics prepare the only meeting of the regular season. And usually it's playoff time this time of year, but tonight it's a regular season matchup in the Midland High Chemics where they're visiting blue and gold. Will get the ball against the Dow High Chargers in their home white uniforms, and we are off and running with girls basketball. Looking to go inside, Emma Reckaway, blocked by the Chargers, so they'll shoot it out. Three-point shot taken by Midland. Jade Dawson, the junior, putting the Chemics on board. They're going to say that it was a 2, not a 3. The foot was on the line, so the Chemics with a long two-pointer as we begin the game. Chargers trying to work it inside. This is a Dow High team that likes to use the perimeter, Tom. They have a couple of ladies that are not afraid to shoot the ball.
Yeah, they like to spread things out and also look for weaknesses inside.
Working around the outside to Kolnitis, and now they will pull it back out to the top of the key. There's Jada Gardner on the baseline. She goes back out. Try to go inside. They turn it over. Midland coming up with a steal. And Olivia Carpenter putting the shot up out of bounds. And it will be Dow High basketball.
Yeah, she might have rushed that a little bit, but had a little trouble corralling that steal.
Mentioned a little bit in our pregame. The shooting of the Dow High Chargers, the defense of the Midland High Chemics, those have been the keys that have led each of these teams to a very successful season. We've got about a week and a half to go in the regular season. Dow High working underneath to Kolnitis. She will take a three-point shot from the baseline, no good. Rebound by the Chargers. They'll try to work it back out. Ball is loose. Chemics come away with the steal. Early on in the game, Midland with a 2-point lead. Anna Tuck will drive into the baseline. Good move by Tuck. Could not get the shot to go. Chargers come back the other direction.
Very nice move to the basket by Anna Tuck.
Jada Gardner, she is one of the players for the Dow High Chargers that have been leading in the scoring department. Three-point shot taken by Kolnitis is off the mark. Now Gardner will shoot the three-pointer from the left-hand side, and that one is nothing but net.
And you can't leave her open. A very accomplished player.
Gardner's one of two seniors on this team. She's been on the varsity every year she has been at Dow High. Chargers leading by 1. Now it's Midland leading by 1 as the off-balance shot falls through for Dawson. Dawson has all 4 of Midland High's points early on.
And any point she gets is a bonus.
Kolnitis, she is 0 for 3. Trying to go inside, and the Chemic defense forcing a steal. Emma Reckaway, she's a senior. She's one of the key defensive players for the Midland High Chemics. Anna Tuck working it quickly down to Sydney Schaefer. Schaefer will go baseline, being double teamed, works it back out to Reckaway. Reckaway losing her dribble, but finds Schaefer. Schaefer tried for the bounce pass, but Jada Gardner there to come up with the steal. Gardner dribbling coast to coast. Will go baseline, but the Chemic defense there for the steal. Schaefer comes up with the steal. Schaefer will look to go coast to coast, and she gets the bucket to fall through.
That was a fortunate roll for her because she's naturally left-handed, and that was not her best side.
Chemics leading by 3. We are early on in the game. 5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Gardner will work the ball over to Chloe McVeigh. McVeigh's got it at the bottom of your screen. Couple of dribbles. McVeigh and Garner, the only seniors on this Dow High Charger team. Trying to go inside. Good post-up move, but unable to get the bucket if Abby Ray, and Midland High will get the rebound.
Well, right now, Dow really has not found their stride. Their shots aren't dropping, and their passing is suspect.
Going inside, Jay Dawson can't get the shot to go, but Midland will get possession of the ball. And the first substitution of the game will be on the Charger end as Kennedy Caldwell will come in. She is a junior. Claire Caldwell, the freshman, is the starter. They are cousins, and they are both on the floor right now for the Chargers. Midland High working baseline. Bounce pass over to Carpenter, and that will be stolen away. Coming back the other direction, Kolnitis looking to go coast to coast, and she will lay it in. Alexa Kolnitis is a junior for the Dow High Chargers. 1-point game. We expected this one to be a fun one, and the first 4 minutes of the contest have been just that. Anna Tuck will drive in. Tuck getting the bucket for Midland, the coach's daughter, with her first basket of the game.
And Anna being about 6 feet tall, she's got a lot of guard play in her.
Wide open for the three. Goes around the rim, does not fall. Rebound will be pulled down by Midland. The Dow High Chargers, I believe, 1 of 5 from the three-point line early on in the game, and this is a Charger team that can make it or break it when they go and shoot the three-pointer. Kolnitis with a nice bounce pass over to Caldwell. That shot doesn't go. Gardner with the rebound, and the first foul of the game will send Jada Gardner to the free throw line.
Well, Kyle Tyson said if they have one weakness is that they are kind of inconsistent at the free throw line. Midland High, that's one of their strengths.
Gardner was the MVP of the Saginaw Valley a year ago. And she hits the first free throw. You talk about basketball in the blood when you think about Gardner.
Yes. Well, her father was a accomplished coach and player up at Ferris State. I think he was voted into the Hall of Fame up there.
And he's still coaching. He's one of the assistant coaches for Kyle Tyson.
Oh, true. Okay, yes.
8-7 is where we stand score-wise. 3:15 to go here in the first quarter. Midland working the ball. Aggressive defense by Dow will lead to a jump ball. Nice defensive job by Chloe McVeigh, the senior, forcing the jump, and the possession arrow is in favor of the Chargers.
Well, we should see zone most of the night played by Midland High.
Courtney Fisher has checked into the game. She's got the ball right now. Now Gardner, top of the key for a three-pointer. Count it. Gardner with her second three-pointer of the game. She's got 8 of Dow High's 10 points. Chargers putting up some defensive pressure. The Chemics will break it across midcourt. Sydney Schaefer looking to beat her defender down the court, and a foul is going to be called on Dow High. McVeigh picking up the foul. And we've got a timeout called by the Chemics. Coach Jeff Tuck says, let's talk things over with 2:39 to play here in the opening quarter. Dow High leading 10-8 in a pivotal Saginaw Valley matchup between two teams that pretty much the winner of this game will be champions of this side of the Saginaw Valley.
Certainly. And, you know, when the game started, the ball was taken out from half court. There was no jump ball. Have they gotten rid of that this year?
Correct.
They have, okay. And it doesn't even start in overtime either.
No. If we do get into overtime, there's a coin toss, and the coaches have got to decide whether they want the wind in the overtime or not.
Okay, all right. I have not seen that before. Okay.
So a couple of changes. Obviously, COVID protocols are in place. That's pretty much the only big rule change, that there is no jump ball. But obviously a limited capacity crowd on hand. Each player able to have 2 people here to watch the game. There you take a look at one of our officials, Tom Beamlander. Tom Beamlander, Luke Smeege, and Frank Tu are the 3 officials working the contest tonight. Midland High shooting 50% early on. They are 4 of 8. Meanwhile, the Delhi Chargers shooting 3 of 9 early on in this contest.
Well, I think both coaches aren't real happy with the lazy cross-court passes by both teams.
We'll see what adjustments were made during the timeout. Midland High with the ball. Olivia Carpenter feeds it inside, and Jade Dawson, the junior, with the bucket. Dawson is not known for her scoring, but she leads Midland High in scoring here tonight.
Yeah, that gives her 6.
Charger for the nice pass. Gardner left wide open. First time Gardner misses a three-pointer in the contest. Now they work inside to Fisher, but that ball will be stolen away. Midland's defense has had about 3 or 4 steals in the first 6 minutes of this contest. We're at the 2-minute mark, all tied up at 10. Oneidas trying to find somebody. She does. She finds Courtney Fisher, the junior. Now the ball is on the ground. Everybody going for it, and I believe the ball was out of bounds.
Okay.
So the Chargers will have the basketball. Now we've got a break in the action. We got some blood. Sydney Schaefer's knee ended up cut somehow, so she will head to the sideline, and Morgan Williams will come in. Williams, just a freshman, has developed into that 6th player off the bench for the Midland High Chemics. Inside to Fisher. Fisher dribbling her way out of trouble. We'll find Gardner. Gardner a couple of dribbles, goes crossover to McVeigh. Now Oneidas at the top of the key, over to McVeigh on the far side. Bounce pass inside, knocked away by Carpenter. Ball's on the ground, and we're going to have a jump ball called. 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter, 10-10. Chargers coming in 13-0. Midland High coming in 10-1.
Well, with Chloe McVeigh, she hasn't scored, but she has made an impact on this game with her aggressive defense.
Anna Tuck working the ball for Midland. And you talk about that defense from McVeigh. You just mentioned it, and she definitely showed that she's not afraid to try to steal that ball away or knock that ball away from the Midland High Chemics. Yeah,
no, she's a good defensive player and works hard every second she's on the court.
Inside to Reckaway, ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Charger basketball.
Now Dow doesn't have a real deep bench. At least right now, they've got about 2 girls that play a lot, and the other ones may see spot playing time, but they really go with this first 5 with just a couple of substitutes.
Garner thought about the 3, but instead she says, I'm going to let it fly from the opposite side, and the 3-pointer will fall through for Alexa Oneidas. Her first 3-pointer, and the Chargers come away with a steal at midcourt. Looking to set it up again, now going baseline, works over to Caldwell. This will be stolen away. Olivia Carpenter with the steal and the bucket down at the other end.
Okay, that was a senior making the drive. She looks very in control on that one.
Gardner with a couple of dribbles. Carpenter nearly came away with back-to-back steals.
And she's quite a track runner, too, in the fall, or in the spring.
Schaefer is back in the game, and Olivia McMath has checked in for the first time for Midland.
In my conversation with Coach Tuck, he said that about 7 of these girls on Midland High's team are 3-sporters, which is not very common anymore.
Which is great to see. I'm a big proponent of playing multiple sports. 3-pointer left-hand side, no good. Chargers able to get the rebound, and the first quarter will come to an end. A very exciting first quarter of play. The Dow High Chargers leading the Midland High Chemics 13-12 after the first 8 minutes of this game. And one of the things about these teams, not only are these 2 teams 2 of the best teams in the area, possibly in the state, with the Dow High Chargers ranked 8th, but these 2 teams get it done in the classroom as well.
Oh my gosh, yes. And you're looking at both schools having better than half of their players, some higher than half at 4-point or higher. but the state doesn't recognize, 4-point threes. They look at that as 4-point. I think Midland High has 9 girls that are at 4-point, and the 10th girl is like at 3-9 something. So
Slacker.
Slacker, yes. I don't know of any school. You got to have everybody on your team to beat them.
That is amazing.
Honor.
And Dow High averages, I believe, 3.8 or something like that.
Oh my gosh, they're fabulous students also.
So both the Chargers and the Chemics getting it done in the classroom, and we definitely wanted to point that out, especially in a year such as this year where some of the year has been online, some of the year has been in the have been in the classroom, depending on the students. Some have elected to do one thing, some have elected to do the other, and it's just been a crazy year. And for the players to adjust in the classroom as well, plus still getting it done on the basketball court, says a whole lot about both teams.
And they're high character people too. That these girls are focused, they're goal oriented, and they know what it takes to be successful.
Jada Gardner with the ball for Dow. She's the leading scorer. 8 points for Gardner. She is 4 of 12. The Midland High Chemics being led by Dawson in the first quarter. 6 points for her. The Chemics 6 of 10 from the field in the first quarter. But the turnover bug has hit both of these teams, and there's another turnover. The Chargers and Chemics both with 8 turnovers in this contest.
Yeah, they've really had some active hands, and they have been able to cut off passes through the middle and just made life miserable for ball handlers here.
Definitely normal for the Chemics. They thrive on defense, but the Chargers playing good defense in the first quarter as well. Anna Tuck working the basketball for Midland High. Tuck with a few dribbles. Bounce pass was looking the way of Emma Reckaway, but it ends up going out of bounds.
Well, they were trying to get Reckaway to post up down there, and maybe just, we haven't had many people to the foul line tonight. That's got to be something that Midland is going to try to establish.
3-point shot from the far side. Does not get the friendly home bounce, and the Chemics will have the rebound.
That was great box out by Mulvaney.
Right now, Garner and Kolnitis have been the two that have been launching it for the Dow High Chargers. Anna Tuck driving into the baseline, can't get the shot to go. Gardner will have the rebound. I was talking to her father, Lewis, before we went on the air. He had a bionic elbow now, had some surgery done, and it didn't go well, had to go to a specialist, so his arm looks like the $6 million man back in the 70s.
Wow.
Chargers taking the lead with the basket by McVeigh.
Yeah, there was weak side defense.
Midland High ends up with the ball. Good bounce pass to Schaefer, and she'll lay it in with the layup. Anna Tuck with the steal, Schaefer with the basket. Kyle Tyson not happy that there wasn't a foul called.
Take advantage of the lefty coming up the left side.
Open for the three. McVeigh decides not to shoot it. Working quickly over to Claire Caldwell. She's just a freshman. We'll talk about her when we get a chance. Kolnitis likes that baseline shot, but it does not fall for the Dow High Chargers. 15-14, Dow High leading by 1, 5:40 to go here in the first half. What might very well be a preview of the district final. Districts will begin on March 22nd for the ladies.
And that's the nice part about seeding the districts this year.
3-point by Reckaway was off the mark, and the Chargers will come back the other direction. Gardner working it over to Caldwell. That's Claire Caldwell at the top of the key, and from the left-hand side, shot is no good. Rebound by Midland High.
Well, Dow's not getting a lot of second shots. Now, McVeigh got that rebound before, but they haven't gotten a lot of points on second shots so far.
Midland High will bring Jade Dawson back in. Dawson, the leading scorer for the Midland High Chemics. Chargers will answer. They've got Kennedy Caldwell coming into the game to give McVeigh her first break. Kennedy is the older cousin of the Caldwells. Midland High's Sydney Schaefer working the basketball. She's a senior for Midland. Chemics have got 4 seniors on the court. Reckaway, bounce pass, but I don't know that McMath was ready for it, but the Chemics do come up with the ball, and they will look to reset.
And McMath is just a sophomore, very active.
And a travel will be called on Reckaway.
Yeah, as Jeff Tuck put it, McMath is part of the future. That they've got high hopes for her, and on Northeast they've got an outstanding 8th grade team and a couple of really good freshmen.
Kyle Tyson calling a timeout for the Dow High Chargers as we take a look at, now we take a look at Kyle Tyson talking things over with the Chargers. 4:35 to go in the second quarter. Dow High leading by 1. There's the student section for the Dow High Chargers. A little bit more quiet than they usually are.
They're stoic tonight.
Exactly. And the Dow High boys team awaiting their contest that will take place at 7 o'clock tonight. It's a busy weekend. Basketball here, both the girls and the boys, live on MCTV. And tomorrow, the Saginaw Valley League Boys Swimming Finals will take place here at Dow High, and we will have coverage beginning at 12 noon right here on MCTV. So a busy time. It's the end of the winter season, although this is usually the time that we're talking about who's in the regionals or who may go to the Breslin Center. But this time around, we're still in the regular season.
But 2.5 months ago, we never thought any of this had any chance of even happening. So everybody cherishes every moment that they're on the court.
Jeff Yoder providing statistics for us tonight. Midland High, 11 turnovers, and a foul will be called. 11 turnovers for Midland, 9 turnovers so far for Dow. So the defense in this game is really being strong. Midland High 7 of 13 so far. Dow only shooting 5 of 17, and that may be something to keep an eye on, Tom, because the Chargers rely on strong shooting to win games, and right now they're not shooting all that strong. But they are playing good defense, and they come up with a steal there as Klonidas feeds out to Garner. Garner with a nice move inside, does not get the roll, but she does get her own rebound out of bounds. It will stay Dow High basketball. And now the officials are going to get together. It's going to be Midland High
That's a
basketball.
good call because she had fumbled the ball into the referee, and the referee was standing out of bounds.
Kyle
Tyson
Tyson wants an explanation, but I think that's the right call and a great job by the officials of getting together and getting the call right. Dow High puts the pressure on. It's going to be Charger basketball nonetheless. And Anna Tuck will come back in for Midland High. How about the fact that 4 minutes to go in the second quarter, we've only had 3 fouls?
Well, these teams have become very disciplined, that they are keeping their space, keeping their hands active, and looking for deflections because they don't want to have any of these girls sit.
A risky pass pays off for the Dow High Chargers. Who was that?
I'm not sure. We should ask our statistician.
Was that Kennedy Caldwell that made that? 3:41 to go here in the second quarter. 18 to 14.
Okay. Our stat man says it was Alexa Kolonitis.
It was Kolonitis, okay. Well, Kolonitis likes to shoot that three-pointer, but for whatever reason, the Dow High jerseys are not easy to read. Yellow numbers on white. I'm old. I'm wearing bifocals now. You can't put yellow on white and expect me to be able to see anything.
There is a green trim, though, Jason.
Yeah,
but not enough.
I can see it up close.
Okay, all right.
Kyle Tyson talking to the Dow High Chargers. 3:40 to go here in the second quarter. 18 to 14 is the score. See, if we just stay like that, I have no problem reading the numbers.
Sure, okay.
that is just what we need.
So we need to be lower then.
Something like that.
Okay.
You are watching MCTV's live coverage of girls basketball. The coverage of this game produced by volunteers and staff. If you would like to become an MCTV volunteer, you can sign up for the Media Creator Workshop. You'll learn how to be a producer, create a studio program, use our professional video cameras, and edit your video on professional software. The next studio workshops will be March 24th and March 25th. The cost is $45. For more information, call 837-3474 or head online to the City of Midland website. The turnover bug has continued for Midland High. 14 turnovers for the Chemics. Dow High has turned the ball over 10 times. Gardner and Colnitis leading the charge. They each have 8 points, and I thought it was going to be a Charger turnover, but instead we're going to have a Chemic foul as Schaefer will be called for the push.
Well, with Dow not shooting at a clip that they're used to, that's kept this game close. Midland High's had way too many turnovers.
The Dow High Chargers live and die by the three, but they're being kept alive by their defense in this contest. Midland High needs to play strong defense, but they can't turn the ball over. There's another Charger turnover. And there's a foul as Caldwell tried to keep her footing but couldn't do it and ended up running into the back of the Midland High Chemics. Still neither team in foul trouble. That's the first foul on Claire Caldwell and only the second foul on the Dow High Chargers. Oh, how about that for a defensive play, but it's still going to be Midland High basketball.
She probably was standing on the line when she went airborne. That's all I can see.
Colnitis nearly had herself a highlight reel steal, but declared to be out of bounds. Schaefer from the left hand, beautiful block underneath Claire Caldwell, playing great defense for the Chargers.
That was a nice block for the freshman.
And now Olivia Carpenter comes up with the steal. Telegraphed that one, and Carpenter will get the bucket and the foul. Carpenter with a chance for a three-point play.
Nice soft touch on that layup.
Carpenter has done a great job. There's Lewis Gardner in the forefront. Kyle Tyson talking to the official. Olivia Carpenter has done a great job defensively of reading. Wait a second. Of reading the defenses.
Yes, that's a real skill you develop.
Kyle Tyson talking to referee Luke Smeech. Not happy about something. And that conversation is continuing. 2:55 to go. It's a 2-point game. I don't think that Tyson or the official are going to agree on whatever was being discussed there.
Were they talking about a particular player or? Oh, okay.
But I believe, and we'll wait to find out exactly.
Technical foul.
For sure. I think Tyson was teed up. That is what happened.
Okay.
We didn't catch it on camera, but I thought that is what happened.
So,
free throw, the first free throw is not taken. That was the continuation of the three-point play. Carpenter missing, and now Anna Tuck will shoot the technical. So Kyle Tyson was teed up. Obviously said something that the officials did not care for. Chemics had a chance to take the lead with 3 free throws, but they went 0 for 2.
Well, this team hits 70% of their free throws. This isn't. There we go. Okay.
So it's a 1-point game. Meanwhile, Kyle Tyson is continuing his conversation with the referee. So we will try to get some kind of clarification of what was going on, but he's already teed up once, which means that Tyson will have to sit down and coach from the bench for the remainder of the game. And as close as this game is, that may be a factor to pay attention to. So obviously, Tyson was not doing any wild gestures, so it had to have been something that Tyson said that drew that technical during that conversation, very lengthy conversation between coach and official.
Yeah, he wasn't flailing his arms and yelling.
All by herself underneath, and there, no foul called. That's going to give Tyson something to yell about as Abby Ray from behind doesn't get called. On the other end, they're going to let them play, but neither team able to take advantage of what may be shifting into a physical battle here tonight.
Well, now we're back to the spacing and just playing good position defense.
Nice move there. Abby Ray, she's a junior. Her first basket of the game as she split apart the Kimmick defense. Sydney Schaefer will draw the foul.
Yeah, I think that was a good call. They blocked the shot, but got her down low.
Oh, and Kyle Tyson is definitely not happy about that as well. And again, that's officiating is a tough business, and I think we may just had having a spectator escorted as well. Things are breaking down here in the second quarter. Kyle Tyson receiving a technical, and now a Charger fan has been asked to leave the premises of the contest. (20-18). It's a 2-point game. As we continue the action, 1:45 to go in our second quarter. Well, emotions run high when you got a battle between two teams that have a combined record of 23-1. You can expect some emotions to flare.
I think they're going to give it to Dow, but I thought that Tuck tipped it to a Dow player and went out of bounds. But
Abby Ray doesn't get the shot to go. Sydney Schaefer will get the rebound for the Midland High Kimmicks.
Well, we're getting a little sloppier on defense now when the emotions are starting to take over.
McMath on the far side. Ball's out of bounds. It will stay Midland High basketball. It's been close since the game began. Dow High leading by 2, 1:20 to go in the second quarter. Carpenter with a nice move, and jump ball's going to be called. Nice defense there. I think that was Abby Ray that got a hand on the ball long enough to force the jump ball to be called.
Yeah, when you leave the ground, you better have a plan. And I think she got caught up.
3-point shot, Abby Ray.
Nice
Slow
shot.
start, but Ray has scored the last 5 points for the Dow High Chargers, including that 3-pointer to give the Dow Chargers their biggest lead of the game. Under a minute to go in the first half. Tuck into the paint, and will be called for the charge. Good call and a great job by McVeigh of standing her ground and taking Tuck charging in. Olivia McMath will come back into the game for the Kimmicks.
Well, defensively, that's a way that she can make a big difference for this team.
40 seconds to go. Gardner from the elbow, doesn't get the shot to go. Tuck will get the rebound for Midland. Working ahead to Schaefer, 30 seconds on the clock. Inside to McMath. McMath goes to Tuck, and we're going to have a travel called.
Right, drag the pivot foot.
So Kimmicks beginning to break down a little bit. I think Coach Jeff Tuck will be happy when 25 seconds expire and everybody can regroup.
Well, Dow's defense is challenging them a little bit more now than we saw earlier in the game. And they just got to step up.
Gardner into the paint, but a foul called before the shot. Tuck will be called with the foul. That is the second one on her. Again, nobody in real foul trouble. Each team has 5 fouls. 13 seconds to go in the first half. Chargers will inbound the ball. Nearly stolen away by Schaefer, but that ends up leaving Kolnitis wide open, and Alexa draining the three-pointer. Carpenter looking to drive in. Can't get the shot to go. Ball on the ground. Final seconds coming off the clock, and that will be the end of the first half, but a little bit of a burst at the end by the Dow High Chargers, and they do have their biggest lead as the Chargers on top 26-18 at halftime.
Yeah, I think that maybe the Chargers kind of brought their game up a little bit. They saw a little more emotion into the game. Midland High, I think, would like to forget that last minute and a half. They just looked like a very different team right before half, and they're looking at an 8-point deficit right now.
Defense and turnovers definitely a key part of this contest here tonight, and it's affecting the way that both of these teams happen to be playing, Tom.
Yeah.
We saw, again, Dow High lives and dies by that three-pointer. They started cold, but as the game progresses, they got into their stride a little bit more.
Right, and sometimes it takes, a little bit of play in the game to kind of see how things are developing. And with Kolnitis, she has been really comfortable now. I really like the rotation on that last shot.
Yeah, she definitely will find out in just a few moments how many points that she has, but not afraid to shoot the three-pointer at all. So We'll see what adjustments are made at halftime here tonight. A very entertaining first half, close as we expected, and we've got 16 more minutes to go here in the girls basketball, also boys basketball tonight here on MCTV as well. We'll step aside for just a second. At halftime, the Dow High Chargers 26, Midland High 18. We'll be back with more high school basketball right after this.
Well, I think the major benefit for, besides entertainment value, because we've got a lot of different kinds of entertainment people can do, and it's very creative, I think the main thing is for nonprofit organizations to get the word out about services that they offer to the community, and things that they do for their clients in different ways. And I've done several different shows in that vein. I did a Big Brothers Big Sisters show. I did a Recycle This about recycling when we got curbside recycling started in Michigan, in Midland. So there are many different facets, I think, of information and that you can get out to the public, and that's a big help to the community.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
Well, MCTV has benefited the Midland community because there are a lot of things going on in this town, and a lot of positive things, a lot in entertainment. Where I work at Creative 360, we recently had a series about people who are 80 years old and older and the positive contributions they've made to our community. And while I was filming them, watching these presenters discuss their lives, I learned a lot, and I know the community did too when they saw it on MCTV, and it enhanced our all community just to learn the history of how things came about in this town.
Looking for a new hobby? How would you like to create your own television show? Call Midland Community Television at 837-3474 to sign up for our next orientation studio workshop. You will learn how to use a studio camera, learn how to edit on a computer, or even be the host of your very own TV show. Don't wait, sign up today. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to sign up. Midland Community Television, your community voice.
Well, I can only imagine the benefit to the community is through what you hear on the streets as far as did you see, or there was information that I didn't know about. It would be Midland County Cancer Services, or the police department, or city hall meetings, commission meetings, and so it's the news.
We are back at Dow High as we continue our coverage of high school basketball. The Midland High Chemics, the Dow High Chargers. We are at halftime with the Dow High Chargers on top of Midland 26-18, alongside our statistician Jeff Yoder. And for 35 years or something, the guy by my side, Tom Bell.
Oh, 35? Okay.
It's got to have been at least 30.
25?
No, it's been longer than that.
Has it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You're getting older. You can't remember everything.
You got something on that, too. Yeah, okay.
As we continue our coverage of high school basketball, the Midland High Chemics and the Dow High Chargers in a very entertaining first half. The Dow High Chargers with an 8-point lead, and towards the end of that first half is where the Chargers started kind of getting into their rhythm that was lacking early on.
Well, for a while we had more turnovers than points, I think, or it was pretty close. Dow just got a little more emotionally involved at the end, got playing a little more actively, and Midland kind of faded just before halftime and lost to created about 4 points of this 8-point deficit during that time. So this game's been really close.
And the Midland High Chemics led by Jade Dawson with 6 points. The Dow High Chargers being led by Alexa Kolnitis, who's got 11 points in the contest. But the big story are the turnovers. 16 turnovers by the Midland High Chemics, 12 by the Dow High Chargers. Shooting-wise, Midland High shooting 44%, Dow only shooting 33%. But again, the Chargers do have an 8-point lead.
And 6 of their baskets are beyond the arc.
Chargers with the ball. One of the new COVID precautions. The home team will get the ball at the start of the second half. Neither team in foul trouble. No players in foul trouble. The most any player has are 2 fouls so far in this game. And there's a foul that will be called against Jade Dawson, who stuck out her foot and will pick up the foul.
Sometimes I wonder about that foul because the player has their foot planted playing defense and the girl drives around and drags onto the foot and stumbles. I don't know. That's the only way it can be called.
Gardner with the basketball over to Kolnitis on the far side. Those are the shooters. Caldwell will work it back over on the other direction. And a nice pass and a nice offensive play there as Kolnitis came into the basket from the baseline. And then Caldwell nearly had a steal on the other end.
Boy, talk about bionic hands by Kolnitis. That pass was really high. She just brought it down and put it up and in.
First time either team has had a double-digit lead, a 10-point lead. Midland High looking to change that. Nice pass by Schaefer, and Dawson all by herself on the baseline. Dawson, leading scorer for Midland, 8 points now for Dawson. Caldwell open for the three-pointer, count it. Claire Caldwell, just a freshman, hitting the 3 for the Chargers. Just underway in the third quarter. Schaefer goes baseline. Pass knocked out of bounds by Gardner. Good idea by Schaefer, but Gardner with a little burst of speed. Midland High will inbound underneath their own basket. Finding Olivia Carpenter. And Carpenter will put up the three-pointer. Shot is no good. Gardner will get the rebound. Gardner does so much. Not only is Gardner one of the top scorers for the Charger team, but she can read a defense well like she just did there. And Gardner drives it to the bucket. Chargers beginning to pull away. Dow leading by 13. Just over 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Anna Tuck can't get the bucket to fall through. Chargers with the rebound. Kolnitis looking to go coast to coast, and she'll lay it in.
Might be a good time for a timeout.
Jeff Tuck does not call one, but I agree. Back-to-back drives by this Dow High offense going to the bucket, and now the defense surrounding. Midland High is going to have to hurry to get across midcourt. They do so in time.
Well, this is an important part of this game.
And a moving screen called against the Chemics. I think it was
Dawson. I think she was sliding around out there trying to be a larger screen than what is legal.
Morgan Williams will come in. Somewhat surprised that Jeff Tuck did not call a timeout. Down by 15. This may be where the Chargers can pull away if they've done so often. Chemics coming up with a steal. Williams stealing the ball away, but then nearly stolen back the other direction by the Chargers.
One thing I like what the Chargers have shown tonight is that they can get people into the logical passing lanes so quickly.
Olivia McMath will check in for the Midland High Chemics. Boy, out of the locker room, if we could have been a fly on the wall, Kyle Tyson has motivated this Dow High Charger team. Chargers playing amazing basketball here in the third quarter. Out of bounds. It'll be Dow basketball.
Now's the time for a timeout, maybe.
Nothing is going the way the Midland High Chemics wanted it to go. They were down 8 at halftime, but 2.5 minutes into the third quarter, Dow's got a 15-point lead. Gardner with the ball. Goes around onto the far side. 3-point shot by Konitis is no good. Caldwell will get the rebound. She's just a freshman. She'll be a good player in the future for the Chargers. Well, she'll be an excellent player. She's a good player now.
Yes.
She'll be an excellent player in a few more years. Gardner working the baseline. Beautiful move. Can't get the shot to go. And Tuck will get the rebound for Midland High. 4:40 to go here in the third quarter. Tuck working the ball inside. Nice spin move by McMath. Count the basket.
Nice play.
McMath is just a sophomore. A good look there. Now they work back inside. Outside, wide open. McVeigh, three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Midland.
Well, it's got to be a steep climb right now for Midland High to get back into this.
Couple of dribbles now by Midland High's Anna Tuck. And stolen away, and there's that's one way to stop you. And waiting to see if maybe they're going to call an intentional foul. I don't think they are, but just grab somebody by their pocket and say, you're not going anywhere.
Oh, is that? I thought she grabbed her wrist. No, okay.
Anna Tuck, that's the third foul on Tuck, so she is going to head to the bench. Maybe a little frustration. Again, I somewhat thought that we may have, that could have been deemed intentional, but it was not.
Well, and it stopped a breakaway layup.
4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Three-pointer, no good. Abby Ray taking that shot, but the Chargers do get the rebound, and a foul called by Midland, and Chargers are beginning to dominate every aspect of this game.
I would agree. I think that Midland has lost some of their the hop to their step, and their shooting has been failing them in the second half. And this game is starting to move out of control.
Konitis working the ball over to Gardner. Gardner on the far side, looking for McVeigh, goes inside. Gardner was driving in, but it was knocked away on the ground. Midland High will come away with it. Now for Midland High to get back into this game, Tom, they need to start hitting baskets, but they need to also play a little more with a little more poise than what we are seeing here in the third quarter.
Yes, and they've got to create some offense. Right now their offense has gotten really stagnant and maybe a bit predictable.
Schaefer with the ball for Midland. Now we'll work it to Carpenter at the top of the key. Over to McMath, tried to go inside. Chargers will come up with a steal. Nice defense by McVeigh. We talked about it in the first half. And a great pass inside to Ray, but can't get the shot to go. Chloe McVeigh may not have any points in this contest, Tom, but she has played phenomenal defense.
Yeah, if she has scored, she doesn't have many, but her impact has been really impressive.
In fact, the Chargers defense here in the third quarter, something, there's another big defensive play. Coming up with a block underneath.
That was a nice drive by McMath, just a sophomore.
Yeah, but Kennedy Caldwell said not going to happen.
Not in my house? Is that
exactly. Exactly what is happening. And a timeout called with 2:26 to go here in the third quarter, 35-22. Mentioned earlier, one of the new rules for COVID was no jump ball. The other rule change effective this year is all timeouts are 60 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So give the players a little bit of a chance to hydrate themselves since masks are mandatory.
Sure.
And really, there was some a little difficulty at one point early in the season of wearing masks or not wearing masks. But, for the most part, the players have adjusted. It really has not been an issue. Every now and then you find a player wearing it below the nose and the officials have got to stop play. But really, for the most part, everybody has been in compliance. They want to play basketball. The players want to be on the floor. If you have to wear a mask to do that, so be it.
Yeah. And you've seen a lot of the more games than I have. this season. But are they given a warning before there's a technical?
Yeah.
Or
It's like having a non-tucked uniform. It's just there is no. If the official deems that the player is purposely wearing the mask wrong or not wearing a mask, then they can get a technical. But if it just slides down like a shirt coming on tucked, you just stop play, fix it, and carry on.
Okay. Now, with the number of timeouts, do they still have the same total number, or did they reduce it a tad? Okay.
Nope, five timeouts. They're just all 60 seconds.
Okay.
Dow High with the basketball. And we're going to get a foul. It looks like they're going to call Schaefer. McVeigh was trying to jump for that ball, and a foul is going to be called. Not sure about that one. So now Midland High have 3 players, both Schaefer and Tuck, that have got 3 fouls, and Midland High has got 5 fouls on the half. Dow High has played very clean here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to spread out their offense. Haven't had to make any glorious passes into congestion, and they've just increased the lead.
Great defense by the Chargers, and they came out firing and hitting a few shots, and those back-to-back layups earlier in this quarter, really the difference with the momentum. All by herself underneath, but Schaefer can't get the basket to go, and Chargers come back the other direction. Kennedy Caldwell dribbling the ball will go to Colnitis. Now Jada Gardner on the far side, working a couple of dribbles. Bounce pass inside to Courtney Fisher, and there's a three-pointer from the far side. 38-22, Dow High starting to pull away with a little over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Again, great defense being played.
Ooh.
And on the opposite side, Colnitis.
Great move to the basket.
Juking and jiving, and now Chef Tuck will call a timeout. But the Dow High Chargers increasing their lead to 18 with 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter. But I'll tell you what, great defense that we're seeing. And right now, Jeff Tuck unhappy about something. We saw Kyle Tyson unhappy in the first half, and now Jeff Tuck is unhappy here in the second half as Kyle Tyson coaches his Dow High Chargers. 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and this has been Dow High's quarter.
Well, I've sometimes questioned when these players will take a hop before they shoot. Isn't that traveling?
You're asking the wrong person.
Do you
think that's what Tuck was upset about?
Well, Garner had the ball on the arc, and it's more of a rhythm thing, and she jumps, leaves her feet, comes down, and takes the shot.
There's a look at the Dow High student section. That's a cute dog. Get out of the way, Luke. I was looking at the dog. Never stop me from looking at a dog.
Or is that a Euro something? A Euro step or a stance? It's a Euro
I don't know.
Stance.
You want to talk basketball? There's a picture of a dog, Tom. Can we focus on the dog? There are priorities in life, and a dog always takes priority.
It depends on how close the game is.
Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Working inside to Schaefer. Bounce pass goes outside, nearly stolen away. Carpenter over to Emma Reckaway. Reckaway, no, they're going to say the ball was kicked by Gardner.
Okay.
Abby Ray will check back into the game for the Dow High Chargers, replacing Courtney Fisher. Fisher is a junior, doing some great things in the middle. One of those players may not get in the box score all that often, but definitely should be recognized. And Anna Tuck will go to the free throw line for the Kimmicks.
Yeah. This quarter's been 14-4, I believe. And that has just changed the whole complexion and has given Dow just all sorts of confidence.
Tuck able to get the free throw to go. She's a 6-foot senior for the Midland High Chemics and kind of the team captain on that field. And she makes both of the free throws for Midland High. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Dow High with the lead, 40-24. A big third quarter for the Chargers. McVeigh working the ball all the way over to Gardner. Open for the three-pointer. No good. Emma Reckaway will get the rebound for Midland. Clock down to 10 seconds for the Chemics.
Well, offensively, Carpenter's been pretty quiet this quarter.
Nice drive there. Olivia McMath able to get the bucket to fall through. And after the timeout just a few seconds ago, the Midland High Chemics playing much better, scoring back-to-back baskets in the final minute of the third quarter. 40-26 is where we stand. The Dow High Chargers with the lead. 8 minutes to go in this pivotal Saginaw Valley matchup. And, of course, still to come, the boys basketball game between the Chemics and the Chargers coming your way here on MCTV. And also tomorrow, we invite you to tune in for the Saginaw Valley League Boys Swimming Finals. That will be held here at Dow High with a 12 noon start time. And you can catch all of the action of swimming right here on MCTV if we broadcast live this winter season. Available on Charter, Uverse. You can check us out on YouTube. And we also have the new MCTV app available for Roku devices and Apple TV. So you can watch us worldwide, Tom, a world broadcast of high school athletics.
Boy, step aside technology. We're doing great things.
I do have a Roku TV, so I've checked out the the MCTV app, and it is definitely something, a great way. I am out of the city limits, so the only way that in the past I could watch MCTV was on YouTube. Now I can watch it very easily from the comfort of my couch.
Well, we have Roku because we're cheap.
Well, yeah, but how many, streaming services do you pay for to go with that Roku?
Oh, I don't know. My wife takes care of that.
Fourth quarter underway. Three-pointer is no good, and McMath will pull off the rebound. McMath has played well coming off the bench for the Chemics.
She has. That was a good rebound. She kind of pirouetted up to receive the carom.
Carpenter, no, it's going to be stolen away. McVeigh continues to play amazing defense for the Chargers.
She's kind of the Dennis Rodman of this team. For those people that remember Dennis Rodman playing basketball.
I don't think she's as much of a loose cannon, but boy.
Oh, absolutely not. But defensively, wow.
Three-pointer is no good. I don't think McVeigh has different colored hair and parties in Korea or wherever it is that Dennis Rodman went.
Okay, maybe not totally Dennis Rodman, but the offense has not necessarily gone through her tonight, but defensively she's made an impact.
Dow High will bring Claire Caldwell into the game. We'll give McVeigh a little bit of break. Olivia Carpenter with the ball for the Midland High Chemics. Looking ahead now to McMath. We'll go back to Carpenter. Carpenter working onto the baseline and knocked out of bounds. Midland will keep possession of the ball.
That's a tough passing angle.
6.5 minutes to go in the contest. Dow High with the lead. Anna Tuck will go back to the free throw line.
Well, that's been working for them. She's not making field goals, but she is getting to the line. And I've always said when you're behind, you want to score when the clock's not moving.
And Tuck has done that. She is 3 of 3 from the free throw line. When you have a coach that is coaching their offspring, you often have one of two things to happen. Either it's a really good relationship or it's a not so good relationship. When it comes to Anna and Jeff, it is a very good relationship.
And one of the things that you find is that if you're sensitive to the situation, you'll either play her more than she deserves or less than she deserves. It's hard to find that balance.
Breakaway for Midland High. Olivia Carpenter will lay it in for the Chemics.
Oh, a little bit of life. They're within 10.
And there's still a lot of time, over 6 minutes to be played in this game, so don't count Midland High out. It's a 10-point game right now. Jada Gardner working the ball for the Chargers. Now on the far side to Courtney Caldwell, working back inside. No place for Fisher to go, so they go back outside to Gardner. A rare miss by Gardner, and the Midland High Chemics will come the other direction. And a Tuck with a nice spin move, but can't draw the foul. On the ground, Fisher will come up with it, and a reach-in foul called. If that's on Tuck, that will be the 4th, and it is.
That was a quick call.
So Anna Tuck in foul trouble, and the Chemics in foul trouble. So Tuck will have to head to the bench. Meanwhile, Dow High will call a timeout with 5:43 to go here in the fourth quarter, 40-30 in favor of the Dow High Chargers.
Well, we talked about Anna Tuck. Well, she spent her entire sophomore year with a brace on her knee after being, like honorable mention, all Saginaw Valley as a freshman. And then last year, as a junior, she had a pretty good year. This year, she had her knee pop out. And so they didn't know how much she'd be able to participate in if they even had a season. And I've noticed she doesn't even have a brace on her knee. Many players will put a brace on the knee just for peace of mind, if nothing else.
There's a great look at Jeff Tuck talking to the Midland High Chemics. Again, first-year coach. Has had a lot of experience with underclassmen, but the first year as a coach for the Midland High Chemics.
And I believe Jeff coached here, I think, the boys' freshman team a while back. Recently, he's been at Jefferson coaching the boys. So he's got an opportunity that he doesn't have to rush to go see his daughter play. He's coaching his daughter.
Chemics will have to be careful. They're going to put a little more pressure on defensively, but Dow High is in the bonus for the next 5.5 minutes. Goes inside, knocked away. Good defensive play by Schaefer. Schaefer goes ahead to Carpenter. Carpenter will not get the friendly bounce. Everything but the bucket for the Midland High Chemics. And now back the other direction. Colnitis looking to split apart the Chemics. They'll go back out, and the Chargers will set things up.
Quick shot.
With a three-pointer. Colnitis from the baseline. That is her specialty. She loves the baseline. She loves the three-pointer.
She is a solid player.
Carpenter, couple of spins. Working over to Jay Dawson. Dawson was the leading scorer for Midland at halftime, but she's been quiet here in the second half. Schaefer unable to get the bucket to fall through. McVeigh will pull down the rebound for the Chargers. On the baseline, Abby Ray will work it back out. Chargers lead by 13. They can be a little more patient, but they love that three-point shot. Ray's shot unable to fall through. Morgan Williams will get the rebound for Midland, and a reach-in foul called against Colnitis.
Is that 3?
Jada Gardner will come back into the game for the Chargers, and Emma Reckaway will come in as well.
Oh.
I think they're looking to clarify who that foul was
Yeah,
on.
I don't know if they've got the right person.
It was Colnitis.
Okay.
Fourth team foul against the Chargers, and that is the third one. Chargers showing a press. looking to protect their 13-point lead. Williams working the ball.
Nice
Now
pass.
goes baseline. The Kimmicks have had 3 great shots on their last 3 possessions. None of them have went in.
Yeah, they've all been hard.
And we're going to have a blocking foul called against Jay Dawson.
Yeah, imagine hitting all 3 of those. We'd be looking at 43-36.
A 1-and-1 situation as the Midland High brings Schaefer back into the game. Dawson picking up her 3rd foul. Chloe McVeigh will be on the free throw line.
Now, she had a 20-point game earlier this year.
Tonight, it's been all about her defense.
Yes. Well, sometimes when you scout a team and you put a couple of players on those that have been scoring throughout the year and you leave someone like Chloe, then Chloe will burn you, you know? Gets in a good open shot.
Under 4 minutes to go. We've got a timeout here at Dow High with the Chargers leading by 13, 43-30. Again, a great crew of MCTV staff and volunteers doing the job here tonight. 4 cameras on this setup, taking you into the huddles or close to the huddles and all of the action here on MCTV. You can become an MCTV volunteer. The next workshop will be March 24th and 25th. 5:30 to 8:30 on the 24th, 1:30 to 5:30 on the 25th. The cost is just $45, and you can become an MCTV volunteer. Produce your own program, work on programs like this when everything gets back and open. We've got symphony concerts that will return to the Center for the Arts. Those are always exciting. Just a lot of options that you can be involved with here at MCTV. Again, that phone number, 837-3474. And you can join us. Sporting events, various community events, all kinds of fun here at MCTV.
And all will be available right after the 4th of July.
Well, to be determined, but you never know. Jada Gardner working the ball for the Chargers, goes baseline, and a foul will be called, a late whistle, but Gardner definitely hit, and Emma Reckaway will be called with the foul, so Gardner will go to the free throw line. The senior, hard to believe the Dow High Chargers only have 2 seniors as Gardner hits the free throw, and they are working on a undefeated season.
Yeah.
With,
There was another girl, Caitlin Murray, that was quite an accomplished player, and she chose to go a different direction, as doing other things rather than basketball now. But
15-point lead for the Dow High Chargers, and the Chargers putting on the pressure, and the defense works again, coming away with the steal. Leading into this game, we wondered if it would be the Midland High's defense that told the story, but it's the Dow High defense that has told the story of this game.
Yeah, Dow has really eliminated the turnover bug, you know.
Abby Ray will go across to Konitis, now back to Jada Gardner. Chargers do not have to hurry. Kimmicks are in foul trouble, so it may be tough for the Kimmicks to send Dow to the line, and the Chargers will be very content at getting some seconds to tick off the clock, and that is what they're doing right here. Midland is going to have to foul at some point. And then all of the passing by the Chargers ended up leaving Abby Ray wide open, but the three-pointer is no good. Emma Reckaway.
There's nobody ahead of her.
Dow's defense in the second half has been absolutely phenomenal. The adjustment that Kyle Tyson and the Chargers made at halftime, changing the entire course of this basketball game.
Well, I think he's really put a clamp on the lazy cross-court pass.
Driving in, and a foul will be called, sending Carpenter to the free throw line.
because that's where a lot of Dow's turnovers were happening earlier in the day, earlier in the game.
McVeigh called for the foul, and Carpenter on the free throw line. Carpenter, one of 4 seniors on this Midland High team.
As active as she has been and as gutty a player as she's been tonight, she only has 2 fouls. That's amazing.
Second free throw is good for Carpenter, and Coach Jeff Tuck is going to call a timeout. Each team will have 1 timeout left with 2:14 to go in the contest. Dow High leading 45-31. Don't forget, coming up next, we switch gears to the boys. That will be approximately 15 minutes after the conclusion of the girls' game. Will be the boys' contest between the Chemics and the Chargers. And then only 1 regular season meeting because of the abbreviated season that they have had. The girls' districts will be starting the week of March 22nd. The girls will play a Monday, Wednesday, Friday traditional district at Midland High. The boys will play that same week on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday district, also at Midland High.
Okay.
So trying to get everything in. Both the boys and girls finals will be held at 2 separate sites. The Breslin Center, which is where the Division I finals will be held, and the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. So the finals will be on April 9th and 10th. The girls will play on the 9th. The boys finals will be on the 10th. But we could be looking at a rematch in the district final when it comes to the girls here between Midland and Dow. How about the fact Chargers defense has forced 21 turnovers in this game? And Midland High, 11 of 29 shooting. There's a Midland High steal, and Olivia Carpenter will lay in the basket for the Midland High Chemics. Alexa Kolnitis, the leading scorer so far, 20 points for her. 9 of those from three-point line.
She has had an outstanding game. With Alexa Kolnitis, she passes the ball well. She's got good vision, good decision-making. And she's back for another year next year. Now, will the girls get an extra year of eligibility like the NCAA is giving?
Probably not.
I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't see that happening at all. But speaking of the next level, the Dow High Chargers have some former alumni that are playing and continuing to play at a high level. If you really want to keep watching basketball tonight, the Northwood University women's team will play at 9:45 tonight in the NCAA Division II tournament.
Yeah, they're having a whale of a season.
And CMU, of course, the Taylor sisters are on the Northwood basketball team, and Anna Tuck will go to the free throw line. The foul came before the basket, but Tuck nonetheless it won't even be it was on the floor, not in the act of shooting. But the Taylor sisters playing for Northwood tonight at 9:45, and earlier tonight CMU picked up a win. Molly Davis playing on Central Michigan's team. They will play for the MAC championship tomorrow morning. So lots of basketball going on featuring former Dow High players.
And for a while, Molly Davis was the leading scorer on that team. I don't know if she still is, but for a while she was.
45-33 is where we stand score-wise. Dow High with the lead. A minute to go before the Chargers can officially celebrate a city championship here tonight. Kolnitis taking a few dribbles. Now a bounce pass. Dow High content to run out the clock. And at this point, with 40 seconds to go, I think Midland High realizes they are not going to overcome this deficit, so I think they are content just to watch the clock run out as well. The Dow High Chargers, after a first half time that was back and forth and very exciting, the Chargers came out in the third quarter and absolutely made a difference in this game. Just amazing defense They hit a couple of layups back-to-back, took the wind out of the sails for the Midland High Chemics in that third quarter, and the halftime adjustments tonight have the Dow High Chargers at 14-0 in this 2021 season.
That's impressive. That really is impressive. Yeah, Dow showed a little bit of life right before halftime and just rolled during that third quarter, and that was pretty much the game at that point. So I thought both teams played really hard. Midland, when they got behind by quite a bit, they started to force some things, and Dow just took advantage of it.
Yeah, a great first half of action between these two teams, but as mentioned, it really was that third quarter start that we saw from the Dow High Chargers that made the difference in the contest. But both of these teams, not the best shooting game from anybody, but the Dow High Chargers did what they had to do to win. And
I think this game would do Pepperidge Farms a real service with all their turnovers, right? What do we have, 21 and 17 total?
Exactly.
That is a lot of lost opportunities. But, yeah, I wonder how many clipboards Tyson broke in the...
May have did a little motivation, but it definitely worked for the Dow High Chargers. Alexico Knightis ended up being the leading scorer in this contest. The three-pointers really coming in for her, and the Dow High Chargers able to come away with the victory. Coming up next will be boys basketball action here on MCTV, about 15 minutes away from the Chargers and the Chemics, doing it one more time, this time with the boys. So we'll take a quick timeout, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about both the Chargers under Mark Dickerson and the Chemics under Eric Kraus. The final score of the girls' game here tonight, the Dow High Chargers 45, Midland High 33. Chargers improving to 14-0 on the season. The Midland High Chemics dropping down to 10-2. For our statistician, Jeff Yoder, and for Tom Bell and our entire crew, my name is Jason Harper. Thank you for watching high school basketball on MCTV.
Well, I think the major benefit for, besides entertainment value, because we've got a lot of different kinds of entertainment people can do, and it's very creative, I think the main thing is for nonprofit organizations to get the word out about services that they offer to the community, and things that they do for their clients and in different ways. And I've done several different shows in that vein. I did a Big Brothers Big Sisters show. I did a Recycle This about recycling when we got curbside recycling started in Michigan, in Midland. So there are many different facets, I think, of information and that you can get out to the public, and that's a big help to the community.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
Well, MCTV has benefited the Midland community because there are a lot of things going on in this town, and a lot of positive things, a lot in entertainment. Where I work at Creative 360, we recently had a series about people who are 80 years old and older and the positive contributions they've made to our community. And while I was filming them, watching these presenters discuss their lives, I learned a lot, and I know the community did too when they saw it on MCTV, and it enhanced our all community just to learn the history of how things came about in this town.
Looking for a new hobby? How would you like to create your own television show? Call Midland Community Television at 837-3474 to sign up for our next orientation studio workshop. You will learn how to use a studio camera, learn how to edit on a computer, or even be the host of your very own TV show. Don't wait, sign up today. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to sign up. Midland Community Television, your community voice.
Well, I can only imagine the benefit to the community is through what you hear on the streets as far as did you see, or there was information that I didn't know about. It would be Midland County Cancer Services, or the police department, or city hall meetings, commission meetings, and so it's the news of the community on television. Midland only has one television station. MCTV is the station for Midland.
Looking for a new adventure? How about an opportunity to volunteer in the community? Then come down to MCTV, Midland Community Television. You can learn how to use a studio camera, run equipment in the control room, or be the host of your own TV show. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to find out how you can become a volunteer producer or access user.
I don't recall the exact details of getting involved, but I know that it was, I had an interest in television. I had an interest in producing programs, and Midland Community Television was a perfect outlet for that, and has been for the last 30 years, a way for somebody to become involved with the production of television programs and saying what you want to say, showing what you want to show with very few limits on it, and then having that actually be produced and sent out to the community at large.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
MCTV gives you a chance to expand your horizons in terms of what you can express, that the rest of the community can benefit from witnessing it, and it gives you a chance to enrich others through your enrichment. I think that's really important. Whether you're an artist, whether you're a musician, whether you have a passion for political ideas or spiritual ideas, MCTV gives a voice to that, an opportunity for your voice to be heard.
Well, I think the major benefit for, besides the entertainment value, because we've got a lot of different kinds of entertainment people can do, and it's very creative, I think the main thing is for nonprofit organizations to get the word out about services that they offer to the community, and things that they do for their clients different ways. And I've done several different shows in that vein. I did a Big Brothers Big Sisters show. I did a Recycle This about recycling when we got curbside recycling started in Michigan, in Midland. So there are many different facets, I think, of information and that you can get out to the public, and that's a big help to the community.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
You are looking live at H.H. Dow High School as we welcome you to boys basketball coverage on MCTV as the Midland High Chemics make the crosstown trip to take on the Dow High Chargers. Alongside Tom Bell, my name is Jason Harper, and it's the boys' turn. We saw the girls play earlier tonight, and now it's time for the boys, the Chemics and the Chargers, and both teams, Tom, coming into this game on kind of what is kind of a rebuild-like season. The Midland High Chemics coming in with a 6-5 record under Coach Eric Kraus, but they are coming off a huge win against Saginaw.
Yeah, and Saginaw always provides a lot of problems for the Midland schools, whether it's Dow or Midland High. And Saginaw High tends to be maybe a little more normal this year. I'm not exactly sure. I've not seen them play, but that's kind of the word. But, you know, people that saw them play saw them just coming off a COVID pause. So you just never know if you're really seeing the full strength of any team.
And I don't care if it's the first game of the season or the last game of the season. Anytime that you pick up a win over Saginaw High is something that you want to remember for a long time. So the Midland High Chemics do have a little bit of momentum coming into this game tonight over the Dow High Chargers. Right now, let's turn things over to our public address announcer. the starting lineups, and we are ready to go with high school basketball on MCTV. Got to remind myself to get a hold of Vicki Gines. Dow High's roster is not in numerical order. Killing me.
It's alphabetical.
Killing me on media. The Midland High Chemics begin with the basketball to begin this contest. Of course, one of the COVID rules in place during the course of this season is that the visiting team will have the basketball to start the game. The home team will start with the ball at the second half. So Midland High will work the basketball as we begin our coverage of boys basketball here on MCTV.
Well, we have with Midland High, one of their main goals is to get the ball to Drew Berry. He's averaging a little over 20 points a game.
Al Money will take the first shot for the Chemics. Three-pointer is no good. Chargers able to pull down the rebound. Midland High Chemics with Al Money, Eli Gordon, Colin Haddad, Danny Turberg, and Drew Berry as the starting five. The Dow High Chargers countering with Jacob Ahn, Nicholas Bond, Nolan Fisher, Cameron Heiser, and Riley Nelson as their starting five. This is Bond. He's a sophomore for the Dow High Chargers. One of the leading scorers on this Dow High team. Bond and Fisher have led the scoring for the green and gold of the Dow High Chargers. Boys' uniforms much easier to read than the girls' uniforms, and the first shot of the game taken by Fisher is no good, but the Chemics are going to throw the ball away. A little bit of a miscue when it comes to the offense for Midland High. Two veteran coaches working the sidelines for the contest tonight. Eric Krause for Midland High, Mark Dickerson for the Dow High Chargers. At one time, they were both coaches of the Chemics, but that seemed to be a long time ago now. Mark Dickerson has solidified himself as the Dow High Chargers head coach, and kind of a rebuilding year for both of these programs. Underneath, and scrappy defense by Midland High, but a foul is going to be called, or maybe they're just going to rule that he was out of bounds. So no foul called.
Well, I was sharing a roster with one of the guys here in the balcony of Dow High's team last year, and they had like 13 players on their team, and 10 of them were seniors. So this truly is a rebuilding year.
Jacob Ahn taking the ball, now working over to Riley Nelson. He's a senior. They will work it inside to Heiser. Heiser, the junior, taking the bounce pass. Nolan Fisher turns around. Strong defense played by Midland. Fadeaway shot by Fisher is no good. And the rebound by Drew Berry. Berry is a junior. Only 3 seniors on the Midland High team. 4 seniors on Dow High's roster.
And Berry's a 1 through 5 kind of a player, according to Eric Krause.
Al Money back on the basketball court. He did not play a year ago, but opted to rejoin the Chemic team for his senior season. Underneath, strong move, but an unfriendly bounce by Colin Haddad, and the Dow High Chargers will come the other direction.
When we get a break, we can talk a little bit more about Money.
Nice move, and they get the roll in. Jacob Ahn, the sophomore, able to come up with the basket for the Dow High Chargers. First basket of the game, 3 minutes into the contest, and Dow High has a 2-0 lead. Thought about the three, did Turberg. Decided against it. Now working in is Haddad, but he will go out to Money for a three-pointer. No good. Heiser will pull down the rebound for the Chargers. Working ahead now to Bond. Chargers with quick movement. Nelson takes a couple of dribbles for the Chargers. Nelson pulls away. Top of the key. Three-pointer. Count it. Riley Nelson, one of those 4 Charger seniors, hitting the three. Dow High with a 5-point lead early on in this city championship battle. Chemics on the board. Drew Berry with the power layup. And we're going to have a foul called against Eli Gordon. That one was a nice job by Nick Bond, he kind of drew that foul, kind of made Gordon commit the foul. Gordon said I was nowhere near Bond. He may have an argument, but...
and Eric says that Eli Gordon is their number one lockdown defender, that right now he's drawn the job of trying to keep Bond from getting loose.
Halfway through the first quarter, and we're going to have a foul called on Barry. No, actually, I think they're going to get money with that foul. And that will send the Chargers to the free throw line. Nolan Fisher, the junior, will go to the line for the Dow High Chargers. And Fisher able to get the basket to fall through.
And our notes tell us that Nolan Fisher is skilled and has some link to him, and that he comes as advertised.
He's had a pretty good start to the game. In fact, the Chargers have had a pretty good start to this game, but the second free throw from Fisher is no good. 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. 4-point lead by the Dow High Chargers. Shot taken by Terberg, a long two-pointer from the baseline. First basket of the game for Terberg. It is 6-4. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Nice drive by the Chargers, everything but the bucket for Nelson, and the Chemics will come back the other direction. Eli Gordon on the far side. Danny Terberg all by himself, but can't get the long two-pointer to fall. Jacob Ahn will get the rebound. Ahn is just a sophomore on a young Dow High team. Fadeaway shot by Bond is no good. Rebound pulled down by Haddad.
Well, neither team is really burning up the net so far, but...
nice move underneath by Eli Gordon. He will draw the foul and go to the free throw line.
Yeah, when on the last trip down, Midland had Terberg that was kind of open for a shot. And it was a year ago that Terberg lit it up. He was just brought up from the JV and brought Midland back to actually win the game last year. He had like 17, 18 points in a game that he'd only been with the varsity a few days.
Eli Gordon getting the first free throw to fall through. Handful of substitutions come in. Shane Hunt and Ryan Murphy will check in for the Dow High Chargers. Midland High bringing Gabe Sokol into the game.
Well, Dow's bench is kind of long down there. They're going to roll a lot of people in, possibly.
15 people. That's the maximum that you can have on your roster, and that's what Dow High carries.
It is hard.
Nice move by Gordon, coming up with a steal, keeping the ball in play.
It's hard to keep 15 all happy with playing time.
Drew Berry, nice move. Good move by Gordon with the steal. Good move by Berry underneath, and the Chemics have their first lead of the game. 8-6 in favor of Midland High. 2:25 to go here in the first quarter.
Midland showing a bit more activity and pressure on defense, and Dow's been caught napping a little bit here.
Ryan Murphy with the basketball for the Chargers. Working over now to Fisher. Nolan Fisher with a spin move and a good cut, but a good defensive play.
Nice block.
Good offense, better defense. Eli Gordon coming up with the block.
And Eli's not real tall, but boy, he timed that one very well.
He's a defensive specialist that can also become an offensive specialist. Sokol with the ball for Midland, over to Gordon. Gordon loosened his dribble, but it was bailed out by Berry. Berry with a couple of dribbles, no place to go, and Chargers coming up with the steal. Jacob Ahn getting the turnover for the Dow High Chargers. The trailer for the three-pointer, but that shot is no good. 90 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 2-point Midland High lead. Boys basketball here on MCTV. Into the paint, now works it back out. Gordon drives in,
Nice
splits
drive.
apart the Dow defenders, but can't get the shot. Murphy will get the rebound.
Great entry into the lane, just couldn't get it to drop.
Working over to Hunt, three-pointer, count it. Shane Hunt, he's a senior for the Dow High Chargers, and Dow High back on top under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Barry works it to Gordon. Both teams very content to run their offense. Three-pointer is off the mark by Barry, but a battle for the rebound will go to the Dow High Chargers. Hunt will slow things down. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Plenty of time to run the offense if you're Dow High. Working inside to Fisher. Fisher will go to Hunt. Nice spin move, and the foul will be called on Turberg.
Okay. I didn't see the foul, but the official's much closer to the action than I am.
I thought it was a good call.
Did you? Okay.
Shane Hunt will be on the free throw line for the Chargers. It was off and he knew it.
Yeah.
Cam Heiser will come back into the game for Dow. Also Alex Kaminsky coming in for the first time. Bobby Van Valkenburg will check in for the Midland High Chemics, and Al Money is back into the game as Hunt able to make the second free throw. Van Valkenburg, the junior, has the best hair of anybody on that basketball court. I'm hoping that we can get a shot of number 40 for Midland High when we get an opportunity. I've been admiring his hair all season long. Ty Smith has checked in from Midland High, but it's a three-point attempt at the buzzer taken by Drew Barry that is no good, in the first 8 minutes coming to an end here at Dow High with the Chargers on top. There's Bobby Van Valkenburg, and again, the best hair. It throws me back to my high school days. I absolutely admire Van Valkenburg's hair.
Now the hair goes back right to his collar. Does it go down any further?
Oh yeah, it's got a nice little
It's
mullet
nice.
going.
It's
That
nice. Okay.
That is.
Yeah.
That is bring
Well,
now I don't know if he's a fan of 80s rock music or not, but if he is, I'm going to adopt the kid.
Okay.
Good hair, good music taste. Yeah.
Well, we've got a couple minutes here, or maybe a minute. We can talk about Money a little bit. Al Money, he took a year off because football is very demanding, and he just needed a breather, and he really missed basketball. And according to, I'm getting all this from Eric Krause, and he says, I got to get you back in there. So he's missed a year. He's taken some time to kind of relearn a lot of things that you need to know to be a point guard, and so he's been an important player for Midland High.
Some statistics, compliments of Jeff Yoder. The Midland High Chemics, 3 of 11 from the field, led by Drew Barry with 4 points. Chemics have had 7 rebounds in the course of the first quarter. Dow High, 3 of 8, led by Shane Hunt coming off the bench with 4 points. Chargers with 6 rebounds so far as the second quarter gets underway, and the Chargers with a turnover. Dow High leading by 2 as we continue our coverage of high school basketball here on MCTV, live on Charter Communications, AT&T UVerse. We're live and streaming on YouTube, Roku devices, Apple TV, a ton of ways for you to be watching the action of the Chemics and the Chargers here on the MCTV network. Gabe Sokol, couple of dribbles over to Drew Barry, and we're going to have a foul called on Hunt. Our coverage of high school sports continues tomorrow afternoon. We've got the Saginaw Valley Boys Swimming Finals taking place at 12 noon. So basketball tonight, we're in the pool tomorrow. Three-pointer is off target for the Midland High Chemics. Chargers will come back. Jonah Dan working the basketball for Dow High. He checked in at the quarter break. Now it's Ryan Murphy. And a little miscommunication on the pass, but Murphy will come away with it. Feeds it to Dan, who will lay it in. Jonah Dan, a junior, gets his first basket of the game, and it's a 4-point lead for the Dow High Chargers.
It's nice to get instant offense off of a turnover.
Barry works it over to Ty Smith. Smith is a junior, plays off the bench for the Midland High Chemics. Now to Al Money, looking to set things up. Working in the corner is Money. He takes a good block by Van Valkenburg. Money thought about the three, decides against it. Now Ty Smith will try to drive in. Good defense played by Dow High, but a good spin move by Smith, unable to get the shot to go, and Kaminsky will get the rebound for Dow High.
That was good defense on Dow's part. They were very active and drew no fouls.
May have hurried the three-point shot on the other end, and that will give the Chemics the ball back and a chance to run their offense. 2 minutes into the second quarter, and a good move there by Gabe Sokol as the junior able to lay in the shot, making it a 2-point game. 12-10, 5:40 on the clock.
Sokol's got some good length.
On the far side, long three-pointer counted. Ryan Murphy left open for the three, not afraid to take the shot. Chargers leading by 5.
Is that his second three of the game? I think it is.
Smith will go inside, working to Barry. Barry with a nice spin move, able to beat Hunt on without the dribble, and a good move there to make it 15-12, just over 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Midland's got to get the ball to Barry more often.
A foul called as Alex Kaminsky tried to drive into the basket. The foul called on Sokol, and that means that Kaminsky will go to the free throw line for the Chargers. A lot of subs coming into the game. Kaminsky missing the free throw, and we've got 7 new players that just checked into the game, so we will try to run down who is into the game. Kind of had an idea that when you carry 15 players in, that they may all get some playing time.
Almost looked like a shift change.
That's exactly, and it was, because now after the free throw, Dow High does have 5 new players that are in the game. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Dow leading by 4. Danny Turberg working the ball for Midland, over to Drew Barry. Back at the top of the key to Eli Gordon. He drives in before going out to Money. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound by Midland, and it's Drew Barry able to put it in. Good battle for a rebound, but Barry's got a little more experience and powered his way to that rebound, and now a foul called on Money. That's going to be the second one on Money.
Well, Barry goes about 6'4", and he's not, super long, but 6'4" is 6'4".
How about that for a steal? And he stepped on the line. He knew it.
Yeah,
but that
got a little shooting practice too.
Great effort by Barry. Nearly came off with that steal. Money's going to head to the bench with 2 fouls early. Chargers looking to inbound, but nobody to inbound the ball to. It'll be stolen away, almost stolen away. On the ground, and a jump ball called. Great defense by Turberg. Everybody was defended. Nobody was open. Dow had to get that ball in, and Midland coming away with the possession.
Yeah, I think the deflection is underrated. I think the more deflections you can get on defense, the better defense you have.
Barry working the ball over to Colin Haddad, to Ty Smith at the top of the key. Now Drew Barry looking to take a couple of dribbles, goes on the free throw line, steps in. That may have been partially blocked. I think Nolan Fisher may have got a hand on it, and it's Jacob Ahn that will pull down the rebound. Couple of dribbles now by Nelson, comes to a stop, works it over to Nicholas Bond, and the three-pointer comes in. The sophomore hitting the three. Chargers back to a 5-point lead with 3:45 to go here in the second quarter.
Bond is highly skilled and kind of thin, but that's kind of what sophomores look like.
How about that for defense?
Nice.
Nolan Fisher did a great job contesting that shot from Midland High. Ty Smith with a three-pointer, no good. Rebound by the Chemics, goes right back to Smith, and a great play there. And a timeout called by Eric Kraus, but a great job there. Ty Smith missed the three-pointer, had the long rebound, so he drove to the basket where he was wide open.
Yeah, very unselfish play. And I think that Mark Dickerson kind of wants to get his troops kind of coordinated a bit because he's running a lot of people in. The continuity is going to be a challenge when you're trying to play as many players as he's playing.
3:25 to go in the second quarter. Dow High leading by 3. If you look at the limited capacity crowd, only each athlete allowed 2 tickets. So hopefully as the things clear up and things get better, that we will see more and more fans allowed. That is the hope, that by the time that the postseason rolls around, that we'll be allowed a few more fans in attendance. Of course, that is pure speculation, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah, it maybe give them 3 tickets, Maybe not 4. That would start to fill the place, but...
Drew Berry leading all scorers. He's got 8 points. Midland High 7 of 22. The Dow High Chargers 4 3-pointers. 12 of those 19 points from the three-point distance. They have shot 50%, 6 of 12 from the field overall. Midland playing great defense as Dow tries to inbound the ball, but the Chargers do beat things down the court. Knocked out of bounds by Berry. So Dow will keep possession.
Giving that extra ticket, might allow Aunt Bessie to come and watch,
Now, she doesn't have to come to watch tonight because we are streaming all over the place.
That is true, Jason. That
YouTube,
is true.
Roku, Apple. If you've got a device, you can watch the stream. Now, whether or not Aunt Bessie has the the knowledge and the technical knowledge to work that stream is a whole different story. My mom has learned to turn on a cell phone, so that's
an
advantage.
Okay, you have to begin somewhere.
And you now have a cell phone.
I do, but turning it on, I've been struggling to find the pull cord on it.
3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Dow High with the inbound. Riley Nelson, couple of dribbles. They're going to get Ty Smith with a foul. It'll be a bonus situation, so the Chargers will go to the... Well, no, that was only the 6th foul, so... Scoreboard operator was quick, had that foul up there in a hurry.
Yeah, fouls at the top of the key are seen by everybody, so you got to play clean up there.
Fisher working the ball over now to Nick Bond. Bond will work it back out to Nelson. Nelson pulls out for a three-pointer. Shot is no good. Eli Gordon will get the rebound for Midland. Dow has led the majority of this contest. Three-pointer now by Colin Haddad is no good. Rebound by Cam Heiser. Remains a three-point game. Baseline. Jacob On's shot is no good. Gordon will pull down the rebound for Midland. Shift back the other direction. Wild. Ty Smith had an open three, but then he decided to drive in. Lost the ball. Midland recovered. Drew Berry with a three-pointer that is no good. On will get the rebound for the Chargers.
Well, Midland's getting some open shots now. They just aren't having anything fall, and they're still looking at a three-point deficit.
2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Pulls out to Heiser. Heiser goes baseline. Working it now to Fisher. Fisher, couple of spin moves, and he travels. Tried to keep that pivot pivot foot in place, but he couldn't do it.
It is hard to spin in one spot on that. Eventually you're going to drag it. It's hard.
Ty Smith will work the ball for Midland to Drew Berry, goes inside. Nice bounce pass, and the fadeaway shot, no good. Kimmicks have had some good looks at the basket, but haven't been able to get every shot fall through. From inside the paint, Dowhai's Nelson can't get the shot to go. Back and forth we go. We've been on a little bit of a scoring drought.
Yep, and it's been one shot, and then up the court they go.
Just over a minute to play here in the second quarter. Terberg has the ball knocked away. Good defense played by Fisher. Ty Smith tried to return the favor on the other end. Now Heiser will work the ball over to On. Shake On will go to Nelson. Nelson, couple of dribbles. Works it back over to Bond. Now to On. On will work to Nelson. Good ball movement by the Dowhai Chargers in the final minute of play. But the Kimmicks do come away with a steal. Looking ahead, and the basket will fall through. And we have an official's timeout after Eli Gordon able to get the basket. I think maybe
something came off of something.
Yeah,
it was green.
I think a piece of mask.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think that's what it was.
Okay.
30 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's a 1-point Dowhai lead. And Eli Gordon not happy with how tight the game is officiated, but Gordon is going to have to adjust because he has picked up a second foul, and he doesn't like it, but it's been called very consistent. So as a ball player, if they're not going to allow you to do those hand checks, you've got to adjust.
Yeah, and the officials are going to try to help the ball handler out when it gets real sloppy in the middle of the court, because it can create some real easy layups if you let the physicalness go.
Riley Nelson hits the first half of the 1-and-1.
Do you miss the pep band?
Well, I do miss the excitement of a pep band and the excitement of a student section.
Yeah, there's a hollowness, but you can hear the coaches, which is nice.
10 seconds to go and a foul. No, we're going to have a travel call. Dowhai playing nice defense in the final moments, and they've got 8 seconds to potentially get a shot off. They have a 2-point lead. They work across midcourt. Plenty of time. They don't have to hurry, and they tried to hurry. And now Midland High will fire. That is something, Tom, that I have seen continuously. The time management at the end. A lot of players don't realize that 10 seconds is enough time to move up the court and set up a play. You don't have to fire up something off balance. In that case, we saw a shot with 4 seconds still on the clock. You had a lot of time to work with, but we see that a lot, that they know the time is running out. They tend to rush things.
And coaches used to, I don't know if they spend a lot of time with it right now, but they'll have a packet of plays, 10-second plays, 16-second, 8-second, things like that. So the players can go to a timeout and say, okay, this is what we're going to run. Relax. We've done it before in practice. But I don't know if the coaches nowadays spend much time with that. And you're right. It does look a little helter-skelter.
2-point lead for the Dowhai Chargers here at halftime. Dowhai has had the lead for most of the first half. Tom, your thoughts on what we saw in the first 16 minutes of this game?
Well, each team is really struggling to find a lot of consistency. Midland High has gotten a lot of shots that were close that they missed. Midland High could have a lead now if they had hit half of them. Dow seems to be playing pretty well, but they're playing at home on a court that they know where all the dead spots are, huh?
Well, there's not many dead. This is only the second year that this court has been out, so there's not a whole lot of dead spots yet.
Yeah.
Now the first half was fun. We've got the second half coming up here on the MCTV network. Still anybody's game. The Dow High Chargers leading by 2, 20-18 in favor of the green and gold at halftime. We'll take a quick timeout. We've got the second half coming your way here on MCTV.
Well, I think the major benefit for, besides entertainment value, because we've got a lot of different kinds of entertainment people can do, and it's very creative, I think the main thing is for nonprofit organizations to get the word out about services that they offer to the community, and things that they do for their clients in different ways. And I've done several different shows in that vein. I did a Big Brothers Big Sisters show. I did a Recycle This about recycling when we got curbside recycling started in Michigan, in Midland. So there are many different facets, I think, of information and that you can get out to the public, and that's a big help to the community.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
Well, MCTV has benefited the Midland community because there are a lot of things going on in this town, and a lot of positive things, a lot in entertainment. Where I work at Creative 360, we recently had a series about people who are 80 years old and older and the positive contributions they've made to our community. And while I was filming them, watching these presenters discuss their lives, I learned a lot, and I know the community did too when they saw it on MCTV, and it enhanced our all community just to learn the history of how things came about in this town.
Looking for a new hobby? How would you like to create your own television show? Call Midland Community Television at 837-3474 to sign up for our next orientation studio workshop. You will learn how to use a studio camera, learn how to edit on a computer, or even be the host of your very own TV show. Don't wait, sign up today. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to sign up. Midland Community Television, your community voice.
Well, I can only imagine the benefit to the community is through what you hear on the streets as far as did you see, or there was information that I didn't know about. It would be Midland County Cancer Services, or the police department, or city hall meetings, commission meetings, and so it's the news of the community on television. Midland only has one television station. MCTV is the station for Midland.
Looking for a new adventure? How about an opportunity to volunteer in the community? Then come down to MCTV, Midland Community Television. You can learn how to use a studio camera, run equipment in the control room, or be the host of your own TV show. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to find out how you can become a volunteer producer or access user.
I don't recall the exact details of getting involved, but I know that it was, I had an interest in television. I had an interest in producing programs, and Midland Community Television was a perfect outlet for that, and has been for the last 30 years. A way for somebody to become involved with the production of television programs and saying what you want to say, showing what you want to show, with very few limits on it, and then having that actually be produced and sent out to the community at large.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
Of the HH Delhi Chargers and the Midland High Gimmicks battling in boys basketball. It is a 2-point lead for the Delhi Chargers here at halftime. And taking a look at some statistics, compliments of Jeff Yoder. Drew Berry, the leading scorer for the Midland High Gimmicks. Berry's got 8 points on the contest as we try to get some audio stuff worked out. Midland High 8 of 12, shooting 31% in the first half. They've got 16 rebounds. The Delhi Chargers, meanwhile, 4 3-pointers in the first half from 4 different players, led by Nelson and Hunt with 4 points each. Midland High starting things off with a 3-pointer right from the get-go, but the shot is no good, and the Delhi Chargers will come back the other direction.
Okay, what we're looking at, Dow is really trying to find a way to get through the Midland High defense, and they've been trying to slash the lane, but Midland High's been up to the task.
Dow High Chargers working the ball around the right side with Riley Nelson, now driving in, working over to Nick Bond. Bond with a 3-point shot is no good. Rebound is pulled down by Midland High. Shot taken by Drew Berry, but that shot falls in.
Okay. So we've got Bond with the ball, and Bond has been a guy that's shown some real spark tonight. Hasn't gotten a lot of shooting opportunities, but he moves pretty well for a sophomore.
Nolan Fisher now working for the Dow High Chargers. Good defense there, played by Berry, coming up with the steal. Fisher tried to get the ball back. Instead, it's Al Money with a long three-pointer. Money nailing the three to give the Midland High Chemics their first lead since early in the contest. Midland High up 21-20 with 6.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Now working over to Highford. The Dow High Chargers trying to work it inside. Now the Midland High Chemics will come up with a steal. Nice job by Danny Turberg. And the Midland High Chemics will work the ball with Drew Berry. Three defenders. One of them's going to commit a foul if Berry drives in towards the basket.
Yeah, I think Berry is skilled enough going through the lane that he's going to draw a lot of attention and probably a lot of contact.
So Drew Berry, the junior, will be on the free throw line. Gets the first free throw a little bit too hard. And Mark Dickerson is going to call a timeout for the Dow High Chargers, stopping the clock early on here in the third quarter. 6:09 to go with the Midland High Chemics leading 21-20. While we have the opportunity, we do want to send a couple of thank yous to people that worked hard to make this broadcast possible. Beth Whalen, who is the facility manager here at Dow High. An amazing job each and every event that is held here at Dow High. Beth Whalen has an input and a big helping hand. And, of course, we were here early to set up for the broadcast. The girls went on at 5:30, so our crew was here incredibly early. And Beth Whalen had tables set up for us and had everything ready. Water provided to us as well. So this could not be done if we did not have the help of the AD, John Streeter at Dow High, Eric Albright at Midland High, and their respective facility managers as well, making our job a whole lot easier here at MCTV.
And Beth realizes our guys get here early when we've got food.
Well, yeah, we definitely, that is always a plus.
It is a draw for us, yep. This crew doesn't work for money.
Speaking of money, that three-pointer a few seconds ago was the first three-pointer for the Midland High Chemics in the game.
Nicely done, Jason.
22-20. Midland High with the lead. We're 2 minutes into the third quarter as the Chemics looking to pick up their defense a little bit. Shot taken underneath by Dow High, out of bounds, and it will be Midland High basketball.
To be honest, I was actually thinking of the shot being a money ball, but I didn't want to use it until now.
Midland High goes on the baseline. Can't get a shot to go, but Drew Berry will go to the free throw line.
I think we're looking at Midland High kind of isolating Berry, going kind of one-on-one.
So Drew Berry on the free throw line, averages over 20 points a game, shooting 43% from the three-point line. Has not hit a three-pointer in this game, but he's pretty good on the free throw line. And Berry able to get the shot to go in. 24-20 Midland, 5:40 to go here in the third quarter. Nice ball movement by the Chargers. We'll work it back up over to Cam Heiser, and the three-pointer rains in. The big man can shoot the three. Heiser gives the three-pointer to pull the Chargers within one. Nice spin move, but the Chargers double defending. No place to go. They give it to Drew Berry, but Berry could not get the friendly roll, and we got a travel call that will give the ball back to the Chemics.
Boy, if I were a ref, I would not have any idea how I would have called that.
But you are not Kevin Sinicki.
No, I'm not. And you don't want to get a kid in extra foul trouble, so the walk is a safer way to go.
Nice move there underneath by Barry. Gimmicks having a good third quarter of play. The officiating crew tonight, by the way, Kevin Sinicki, Reed Johnson, and Dustin Crawford are the three wearing stripes. Shane Hunt will work the ball over now to Nick Bond. Inside to Fisher, and another travel call. Mark Dickerson getting an explanation about the shuffling of the feet.
And that's exactly what it was.
3-point Midland High lead, 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Barry works it over to Danny Turberg. Now to Colin Haddad. These are the five that are usually on the floor for Midland High, but a turnover there. Dow High will come back in the other direction. Riley Nelson working the basketball. Nick Bond taking a couple of dribbles to his right. Now Heiser works the ball over to Jacob On. On goes inside the paint. Had the ball knocked away. It will remain Dow High basketball.
Yep, he kind of hit it out of bounds with the back of his neck.
Gabe Sokol will check back into the game for Midland High. 26-23, Midland High with the lead halfway through the third quarter.
Midland's not had many leads, so they're kind of in a rare situation right now.
Eli Gordon tried to keep it in bounds, couldn't do it. Gordon just is so strong and fast defensively.
Yeah, very agile, very good football player, and he's really settled in as a defensive specialist for Eric Krause.
Jacob On will now work the ball over to Heiser. Feeds it to Nelson, works back over to Fisher. Ball knocked away, but Dow able to recover. A give and a go for Bond. It's going to send it back out the other direction. Gimmicks with strong defense, not allowing the Chargers a good look at the basket. They go inside again to Fisher. Tries to turn around, forces up the shot, doesn't go through. Midland High will get the rebound.
Barry wanted it more.
Barry's a very strong player.
He's also a football player.
He was good last year. Barry is borderline great this year. He has really improved his game.
He's And Eric Krause said that he could be, by the time he's done at Midland High, one of the best players that Krause has ever coached. And that's saying a lot.
There's been a lot of players. I'm not sure how many years Krause has been coaching, but it's been quite a few. Three-pointer, count it.
Bingo.
Drew Barry putting the three-pointer in. 6-point lead for Midland High. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And a steal by Dow High. Danny Turberg comes up with a steal. Gimmicks will set up their offense. Sokol feeds inside to Eli Gordon. Spin move is no good. Rebound by Heiser.
Might have been partially blocked or just rolled off his hand. It's hard to tell.
Nelson with the ball over to Bond. Bond, top of the key with a three-pointer. Count it. Nick Bond, the sophomore, able to hit the three to pull the Chargers within three with 2:15 to go here in the third quarter.
Bond's going to be a really good player by the time he's a senior here at Dow.
Spin move, and now they work it back to the outside. Turberg with a three is off the mark. Al Bunny will pull down the rebound. Eli Gordon back out over to Drew Barry. Barry with a spin move. Count the bucket.
Oh, my. That was quite a move to the basket.
That was fun to watch.
Yeah.
5-point lead for Midland. 1:45 here in the third quarter. Money forcing the steal, but it'll be back up into the Chargers' hand and turned right back over. Eli Gordon Fires it over to Turberg. Turberg back out to Money. Working around to Sokol. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound pulled down by Gordon, and things starting to get physical. We'll see who gets called for the foul. I think it's going to be Shane Hunt called with the foul. Yep. Second one on Hunt as Ty Smith comes back in for Midland. Ryan Murphy and Nolan Fisher re-entering for the Dow High Chargers, and a timeout called with 1:27 to go here in the third quarter, and a 5-point Midland High lead. Glad you could be with us here on MCTV as we are streaming on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, or you may just have us tuned in the old traditional way on Charter Communications or AT&T Universe. Replays will be available all weekend on the MCTV network. If you missed it earlier, the girls' game will be replayed this weekend as well. So if you did not get a chance to check out the action from earlier tonight, you can do that this weekend. And tomorrow, the Saginaw Valley Boys Swim Finals will be taking place here at Dow High. But if you can't get in because of COVID, we will have all of the action of the swimming finals right here on the MCTV network live tomorrow at 12 noon.
Well, we're looking at, a minute 27 seconds to go in the third quarter. Midland has played a little better than Dow this quarter. I think that they've been able to drive to the basket, and they've been able to get a couple of easier shots and get to the line.
And that always helps. Drew Berry has been on fire here in the third quarter. 18 points total, 10 of them in the third quarter. Midland High controlling the boards, 20 rebounds for Midland High. And the Kimmick defense getting the job done as well. Chargers turning the ball over 13 times so far in the game. We saw a lot of turnovers in the girls' game as well.
We did, yes. That game was a lot of quick hands and nice shot.
Al Money, three-pointer. The Midland High Kimmicks have their biggest lead of the night, 34-26. Just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. And good defense by Smith. Chargers able to get across midcourt, and Al Money forces the steal. Smith feeds it back to him, and Money will lay it in.
Big turnaround. It's now 10 points.
Great defense by the Midland High Kimmicks in the final minute of the third quarter. Jonah Dan is into the game for the Dow High Chargers. He had the ball a few moments ago. Now Money will slow things down. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Midland High will look for the last shot.
Dow's lost a little bit of the poise that they've had earlier in the game and has really stretched this game out to 10 points. I don't recall Dow ever having a 10-point lead in this game.
Barry working the ball, clock down to 10 seconds. Barry will start his move. Clock at 6 and 5. Barry with a spin move. Ty Smith thought about the three-pointer, but he traveled.
Yep.
A little hesitation, unsure if he should take the three or not, and that allowed the shuffling of the feet. Dow will have 3 seconds to work with something as Matt Herbert checks into the game for the first time for Midland High.
I had a coach who once said the best moves are illegal. Ooh, out of bounds. Yep.
Well, the third quarter coming to an end with the Midland High Kimmicks on top, 36-26. A 10-point lead for the blue and gold here at the end of the third quarter. Alongside Tom Bell, I'm Jason Harper. That man over there working hard is Jeff Yoder, working the stats for us here tonight. We appreciate his help as we continue our coverage of high school sports on MCTV. This is the only regular season meeting between these two teams, but the districts will be held at Midland High. That's coming up the week of March 22nd. In fact, the boys district will change formats. It will be a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday format for the boys districts beginning on the 23rd of March, and then everything will head to the Breslin Center for the Division I. 2 sites being used for the finals, the Breslin Center in East Lansing and the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. The division that the Midland High Chemics and the Dow High Chargers play in, their path will end at the Breslin Center on April 10th. So kind of an abbreviated season, and it all is consolidated in, and we'll kind of cross over into what is normally the spring season that starts the same week as the final week of the winter postseason. Get all that?
I did. Now, the girls are playing at Midland High. Where are the boys playing?
At Midland High.
Also Midland High, okay.
And the regional finals will be here at Dow High for the girls. I'm not sure where the boys' regional final will be. Three-pointer as we start the fourth quarter. Drew Berry hitting the three. The Chemics continue to increase their lead. Berry now with 21 points on the night. Al Money's got 8. Chargers have been hit by the turnover bug. 15 turnovers so far for Dow High. Part of that, or most of that, can be contributed to the strong defense that Midland High is playing.
They brought it up a couple notches in the second half. It's created a lot of turnovers, a lot of frustration right now. And with Dow being a little bit on the younger side, they're having a hard time kind of keeping things level.
Midland High working the basketball. Working now over to Berry, who takes a couple of spin moves. Feeds it back the other direction, does the Midland High Chemics. Good move there, and a spin move by Colin Haddad. Gets a friendly bounce to fall through for Midland High.
Yeah, real good English off the backboard, and we've got a 41-26 lead. That's 15 now. And Dow just is looking for an answer.
Trying to work the baseline, but the Chemics continuing to play strong defense. Now a shot taken from the elbow by the Chargers does go through. So Nick Bond, the sophomore, able to get the Dow High Chargers back on the offensive column here tonight.
And Bond has 8, I believe, or maybe one of these sheets on the table is a little.
He does have 8.
Is old. Okay.
Good hesitation by Berry. Can't get the shot to go, but he does get his own rebound, and the putback does fall through. Drew Berry's having a great game.
Yeah, if he had had a first half like this, boy, we'd be looking at 40 points maybe.
Well, he's at 23 already as Dow High answers with Shane Hunt going up and off the glass. Mark Dickerson isn't happy with the fact that Midland has not committed a foul here in the second half.
And that's a really good move. Kraus came out to yell at Berry because he didn't play defense. And no matter how important you are on offense, you're never above playing hard at the other end of the court. And the other players see that.
5:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a 13-point lead for the Midland High Chemics, 43-30. There you'll see the tail of the tape. 4 fouls this half by Dow High, but none by the Midland High Chemics. If you would like to become an MCTV volunteer, you can do so by signing up for one of the MCTV Media Creator Workshops. We've got a couple coming up, March 24th at 5:30, March 25th at 1:30. The cost is $45, which does include the first-year access user fee. If you need more information, call 837-3474 and become an MCTV volunteer. You can find out more information on the City of Midland website. Again, 837-3474 is the number to call, and you can create your own show. You can do a podcast if you've got an interest and you don't want to be on, you don't want your face around, you just want to talk about something. You can do a podcast, you can do a TV show, or you can just become a volunteer and work on various shows, events, concerts, and other happenings around the community, all part of the MCTV network.
Well, right now, Midland's been able to move the ball around, burn off some clock.
Money thought about the three, but decided against it. Now working to Colin Haddad. Haddad takes a couple of dribbles. Now three-pointer by Barry. Count that from the top of the key.
He has found his stroke. That's 26 tonight.
Yeah, he is having a tremendous game, especially here in the second half. Good move by Heiser, but he could not get the bucket. Now Bond will take the jump shot. No good. And a rebound. I believe the foul's gonna go against Midland High.
Is it Money?
It is.
Or is it Barry?
Al Money will pick up his third foul.
Third. Okay.
16-point lead for the Midland High Chemics with just under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Chargers looking to inbound the ball as we had a great shot over the shoulder of Eric Kraus.
Well, Dow's got to look for maybe more from the outside of the arc here to get back into this game.
Fisher could not get the shot to go. Now Midland will come back working the other direction, goes inside to Barry. A rare miss here in the second half, and the ball goes out of bounds. You see that work? Is that Tom working the steady cam down there? That was that ball was headed right to him. He can run camera and protect himself from a basketball all at the same time.
Hey, it's a tough interview, to get these guys working for us. They got to be able to do a lot.
Good hesitation by Haddad, but can't get the shot to go, but he does get his own rebound, and he will draw the foul on Nelson. Colin Haddad is one of those players, Tom, that doesn't necessarily score a lot of points, but, he averages 7 points a game, but he does a whole lot as he heads to the bench. He does a whole lot of stuff away from the ball.
He does. He's really scrappy, and he's helped Midland High, especially since halftime. He's been an important player.
It's been an up and down season for the Midland High Chemics. Their last 3 games, they are coming off a loss to Cadillac in a game that really they should have won. They controlled 99% of the game, but they did not control the game at the buzzer. Came up with a loss, and then they had a win over Bullet Creek that was a very close game until the end of the game where Midland kind of pulled away. And we talked earlier about the win over Saginaw for the Midland High Chemics, which is always a big win when you beat a Saginaw team.
Yeah, and Saginaw doesn't always have to have a great team, but boy, they've got tradition over there, and they play hard. A lot of pride.
Drew Barry for Midland High, 26 points in the game. 18 of them have been in the second half.
And that truly has been a big difference, that Midland High has been able to have somebody offensively that's really hitting their shot.
4:19 to go here in the contest. At this point, down by 16, if you're Mark Dickerson, do you have something that you might be able to pull out, or are you just going to start working on the little things to improve game by game?
Yeah, you might want to work on a press just to try to get Midland to be a little careless.
Good pass by Haddad to Gordon, had the rebound, and now a reach-in foul is going to be called. It will be called on Haddad. That is going to be the first foul, so Haddad wasn't happy with it, but no reason not, you're not in foul trouble.
Not at all. We're in the fourth quarter with 1 foul.
The Dow High Chargers will work it across to midcourt. Midland High have played great defense tonight, except for right there. They let Nelson through, and Riley Nelson takes advantage of the situation. Will put the bucket in for the Dow High Chargers.
Well, they lulled Midland asleep there for that drive to the basket. But they're still up by 14.
Nice move inside. Barry can't get the bucket to go through, but he does get the rebound with an assist from Gordon, and he gives the assist back, and Eli Gordon will lay it in.
Unselfish play. Very impressive.
48-32. Midland High with the lead. Just over 3 minutes to go. And now the Kimmick after the Dow High turnover. Turnovers continuing to accumulate for the Dow High Chargers, who had the lead for most of the first half. But things kind of falling apart in the second half for the Chargers. On the baseline, and we're going to get a foul called.
Yeah. Might have had a little bit of a forearm, but he wasn't there.
Mark Dickerson will call a timeout. Both teams will have 2 timeouts left at the 2:40 mark, with the score 48-32 in favor of the Midland High Kimmicks. If you missed it earlier tonight, the girls were in action here at Dow High. The Chargers coming away with the win on the girls' side, 45-33 earlier tonight, led by Alex Leonidas with 20 points. Jada Gardner had 15. Chargers only shot 33% in the girls' game, but it was enough to get the job done. They controlled the boards and forced 22 turnovers. Midland High led by Carpenter with 9 points and Jay Dawson with 8, most of those in the first half. But the Charger ladies remain undefeated after their win earlier tonight. There's the student section. Beauty and the Beast has kind of been a theme. One of the signs said, Princess by day, Beast on the court. So they kind of been working a fairy tale theme here at Dow High. Whatever motivates, whatever seems to get the job done.
Well, in the girls' game, if Midland could just kind of eliminate the last 2 minutes of the first half and the third quarter, the game was close. But that's not how they add things up.
Beauty and the Beast, that could be our nickname.
I'm not even going to ask.
I'm going to leave that completely up to interpretation.
Okay.
Good move there by Nolan Fisher. He will draw the bucket and have a chance for a three-point play.
Even in the best of things, I'm not sure if I buy into the beauty. I'd almost rather be the beast, huh?
Fisher unable to get the free throw to fall through.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
Biting your tongue can hurt sometimes. But I will stay, employed. So
okay, there we go.
Midland High working on the far side. Ty Smith working the ball around to Eli Gordon. Gordon, couple of dribbles, knocked away. Good steal by Nolan Fisher, who looks to complete the play. Will draw the foul, and Fisher will go to the free throw line. Smith picking up the foul. Each team has committed 5 fouls here in the second half. So nobody really in foul trouble. Fisher gets the first free throw to fall through.
Yeah, we may see a press here, a man-to-man press. Well, not on a missed free throw, but we're going to see something here as far as pressure is concerned. They can't allow Midland to burn too much time because they've got a lot of distance to go score-wise.
And Midland with under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, looking to do just that, burn as much time as possible. And then you get a three-pointer from Drew Berry. Is he over 30 now? 29. He's close. 1:30 to go. Does he get another basket in the final 90 seconds of the contest?
For the season, he's over 20. He's like 20 point something.
We're going to have a foul called on Nolan Fisher. Now the Dow High Chargers, obviously they're in a, Midland High is going to bring in Dominic Kraus and Owen Josriak into the game. The Dow High Chargers kind of in a position with 15 players, most of them underclassmen, that I think Mark Dickerson may be using this year as a long-term evaluation and prepare for next year.
Yeah, I agree.
Dominic Kraus comes in and puts up a three-pointer. Shot is no good. Just over a minute to go. Nice move inside for Dow High. Fisher will put the shot up, and Mark Dickerson will call a timeout with just over a minute to play. I think we may see some new players enter the game. Midland High leading 51-37. So this is a chance that we're going to see some different players. In fact, we see Toli Ocean check in for the Dow High Chargers. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon we head into the water at 12 noon. The Saginaw Valley Boys Swimming Final taking place here at Dow High and right here on the MCTV network. Roku, Apple TV. Are we on Facebook Watch? I don't know. We may be everywhere. If you can stream it, you can find us.
Yeah. Hey, we got a lot to offer in a season where we're trying to downplay a little bit of COVID, at least in this area. I know the numbers are falling a bit, but ever so often there's a rise. But generally, things are getting a little better. But it has been tough for the last year.
Well, normally we are unable to bring live broadcasts. One of the reasons that we can is because of COVID. So we're hoping that the live broadcast portion continues in the future with the MHFAA, even if COVID hopefully does not continue. Are they going to count the bucket?
Yes.
They are. Owen Josriak getting the bucket and the foul for the Midland High Chemics. Josriak will have a chance for a three-point play in the final minute of action. Ocean committing the foul for the Chargers.
Yeah, it was the hesitation that made the shot.
And a three-point play is good for Josriak, making the most of his playing time here in the final minute. Midland High leading 54-37.
Yeah, Josriak played a little bit right before halftime, but he's getting the most of his time right now.
Josh Hoffmeister is into the game for the Dow High Chargers. Feeds it to John Shizenko. So some of the players off the bench making their presence be known, including Shizenko with that bucket for the Dow High Chargers, and a travel call will go against Josriak.
A little too anxious to drive to the basket.
Final seconds of the boys' game here at Dow High. Very comfortable Midland High lead, so the two teams will end up splitting the action. $14 seconds to go. Midland doesn't have to do anything but to hold on to the ball, unless Dow decides to foul, which they might. Josriak working the ball on the far side. Al Money will hold on to the ball, and the final seconds will come off the clock, and the Midland High Chemic boys will pick up the win over the Dow High Chargers. Midland High improving to a 7-5 record with the victory, and very similar in the girls' game. It was the third quarter that made the difference. Here in the boys' game, Tom, it was the same thing. The third quarter making the difference. The Midland High Chemics came out of the locker room playing very well and took control of this game.
Yeah, in that third quarter, they kind of rode the hot hand of Drew Barry.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but that lady walking across your television screen right now is the amazing Beth Whalen that we talked about earlier tonight. She does so much to help out John Streeter and the athletic department here. And a greeting face if you walk into the door. And again, Beth Whalen, the facility manager, she's been here for years and years, and she does an absolute amazing job.
But it's amazing how young she looks. We got to score points for the next time.
Exactly.
We're over here. We'll get cookies or something. I don't care.
All right, back to your thought about the Midland High Chemics.
Yeah, I think that they Drew Barry made a big difference in that third quarter. It made him impossible to guard. Dow just didn't have anybody that could match up. I think Barry did a terrific spin move And then that just loosened everything up, and he started to hit the long shot, and the game was basically done.
Yeah, Drew Berry finishing with 29 points, 21 of those in the second half. Al Money had 8 points for the Midland High Chemics. All in all, Midland High 27 rebounds, and they were near perfect from the free throw line, shooting 6 of 7 from the game. Nick Bond had the leading scorer for the Dow High Chargers as he finished with 8 points. They had 6 3-pointers from 5 different players, but this is a Dow High team that is still in the learning process of playing cohesive basketball.
Yeah, and they're going to get better. They've got some pieces that are a little on the young side, and I think that Nick Bond, who's going to fill out a bit. He just looks like a sophomore right now, and that's nobody's fault, but he's got some skill. He looks like he's having fun out there, and he can hit his shot.
Absolutely. We thank you for tuning in to our coverage of both boys and girls basketball here on MCTV. Again, another reminder, tomorrow afternoon, the Saginaw Valley Swim Finals live on the MCTV network. In a couple of moments, you're going to see several names scroll across your television screen. If you know any of those people, be sure to stop them, thank them for making MCTV broadcasts possible and sporting events possible. We could not do it without the wide range of volunteers. It's a Friday night. They've been here since about 3 o'clock, devoting their entire evening to making sure that we can bring you coverage of high school sports here on MCTV. For our statistician, Jeff Yoder, and for Tom Bell, my name is Jason Harper. The final score in the boys' game, Midland High 54, Dow High 39. Thank you for watching high school sports on the MCTV network.